So I did a 4-day trip to Kalangala. We settled from Nachiwogo, and you can either take a ferry or boat from Nachiwogo in Entebbe. So I did take a boat, and it was a very nice therapeutic experience. The water was just amazing. You can just look into it and see the crystals, flowing through. So on the boat we did, on the way to Kalangala, we did make a pit stop at a small fishing village called Kachanga. And there you see the canoes. Actually, there seem to be so many fishermen, local fishermen, and so you see the canoes just lined up, because we got there at around 2 p.m. So they had just lined up the canoes along the boat line. So we did make a short pit stop. They're just picking up people, dropping off people, and then finally 30 minutes later we were in Kalangala. Kalangala is one of 83 islands making up Ssese Island, but I think it's one of the biggest. I'm not so sure, but I think it is one of the biggest. So there's several activities to do there. I did take a nature walk through the forest, and it's not so long. It's about 30-45 minutes depending on your pace, and you end up at a certain site where there is a fort. So there was a fort that was built there. At the time it was built, there were no major forests, so you could see the entire peninsula of Kalangala then. So it was a fort, a security fort, and it was constructed by the locals using stones and mud as cement. This fort is apparently 150 years old, but it still stands. The outer walls, anyway, you can see the outer walls are still standing there. There's a massive tree that grew in the middle of one of the rooms, but you can see people just put placards there with their names. But it was a beautiful walk all the way to. I'd advise you to wear long trousers. I made a mistake of wearing shorts, but I was okay. It was my friend Irene who got bitten by so many insects. But it's a nice, beautiful walk through actually a thick forest. And this one has the plants growing at the bottom, and then you walk through. The oxygen is amazing. So you get to the top where the fort is, and then you can take a rest and then hear a little bit of the history. You guys should be able to tell you some history about the trees in there. Apparently Kalangala doesn't have any major animals. It just has monkeys that are in those forests along the way, but it doesn't have any predator animals that eat human beings at all. So it's very, very safe as an island to be on, as an island to walk into their forests. It's very safe. Then from there we did take, they call it a 1,000-meter hike, and you take the hike from the landing site, basically where the ship and the boats dock. From the landing site, it's 1,000 meters to a place. There's a site at the top after you've taken your hike, where you get to see again the entire peninsula of Kalangala. You can see the different islands. There's some virgin islands you can actually view from there, because now you're somewhere up there. So the hike could take you about 35 to 45 minutes depending on your pace, but it is a very easy, interesting hike. So you go all the way up, and then you see the beautiful views. You can meditate, which I did, and you can see the beautiful views of Kalangala, just the entire surrounding area around the Kalangala island itself. And then the other thing from there, actually we didn't walk all the way back down. It was almost about to rain, so we took a boda ride back to our hotel. Very interesting because the roads are actually quite nice. They're not tarmacked, they're marram but very flat. So we took a boda ride back, and it's beautiful because they're driving in between like some forest canopy. So it was a nice ride, and there are no other bodas, there are no cars, so it's pretty safe. That was very nice experience. You should try it actually. One of the other activities is the island drive. So it's a 25-kilometer drive along the island where you're shown, different bits of scenery. The most interesting one that I saw was the Lugo forest. The Lugo forest is a cultural forest that has a very interesting Buganda kingdom oral history attached to it. Lugo forest is they call it Kabaka's forest because it is this forest where they get that stick that the Katikiro of Uganda is given to by the Kabaka to basically run the premiership of the Buganda kingdom. So that stick called Damula. Damula can only be got from this forest. The only place in the world where you get Damula is this actual forest. So I'm really thrilled to be here. I'm glad that there is a conservation initiative that is taking place, and I can see actually that it was conserved because it's nestled in between a palm tree plantation, but it is conserved, it is saved, which is great. And I can hear the birds, they're in there, and they are making noise. So please, you should come and see it because I think it will further help the conservation. But so this is the only forest in the world where the Damula tree is got. And that Damula tree is so important to Buganda Kingdom because it's that stick that is given to the Katikiro, the Prime Minister basically of Buganda, to show that now he has the authority to be the Prime Minister of Buganda. So it has a very, very serious cultural significance for Buganda Kingdom and the Buganda. Then you continue on, and then you go almost to the end of the island where you end up at Pelican Beach. So Pelican Beach, I've been told when we got there that it used to be this nice white sand beach that had an entire peninsula of white sand going all along, and people used to enjoy it. But because of the water levels, the white sand has been covered now by water. Actually, when we got there were these nice round white stones that have been were being burned up by the water, but it's now the waves are very strong, so they bring up these stones, they carry them from the bottom, I think, of the lake all the way to this beach. Now it's no longer a white sand long beach. It's nice. It's now a white stone beach actually, but the stones were really nice. So I did do some meditation there, and as I was meditating, a beautiful dog called Snow came, I guess, to join in the meditation, and it was very friendly, really interesting. But you should definitely visit Pelican Beach. It's the water levels, you can see actually the effects of climate change now, but the water levels, which was previously a nice beautiful white sand beach, but now it's still beautiful because these beautiful stones are right there. So you should definitely visit it.